Getting it Holloway 7T. Back with another EP. Y'all do your boy a favor. Y'all smash that like button for your boy when you roll. Uh, and whether you're here for a good time or a long time, I greatly appreciate you sliding through. If this your first time, do your boy solid. Don't make it your last time. Hit that subscription button there as well. We talk this good MMA, boxing, sports, parlays, predictions every single day, and not just today, man. Today we here with big fight weekend, man. Big UFC weekend, big MMA weekend. Shout out my guy Scotty in the building. Was good, Scotty? Big fight weekend, man. We got two, dare I say, right? Two of the best to ever do it. You know what I mean? Right now, right? Conor McGregor, Max Holloway, and they meeting at 170 pounds, right? Right, meeting at 170. These are guys who normally, fight about, 155, right? Max even fights at 145, right? Been champ at 145. They're fighting at 170. You know what I mean? Meeting at welterweight. Conor McGregor has been out for 5 years. Shout out my guy Boxing Wiz. My guy Boxing Wiz came in and said TO on the money line. I'm pretty sure he's talking about the upcoming boxing match. Teofimo Lopez versus Rolly Romero. What you got for us on that, Boxing Wiz? You got a date for us? I know I seen something about that being official, right? You got a date for us on that, Boxing Wiz? My guy Boxing Wiz said TO on the money line. Shout out my guy Ray Buck, was good. Ray, appreciate you sliding through. But yeah, big fight weekend for MMA, right? The return of Conor McGregor. He's fighting another great in the sport, right? Again, like I said, man, two of the best to ever do it. This is a goaded type of fight right here. August 22nd. August 22nd, Rolly Romero versus Teofimo Lopez. Let's get it. But yeah, this is a goaded kind of fight, right? Just off the rip, right? A little background to this. Conor McGregor was supposed to come back shit about 2 years ago, right? Up until this point, fighting Michael Chandler. Him and Michael Chandler literally, was about 2 years, right? They was scheduled to fight about 3 times in 2 years. Never happened. He said we ain't fighting Keyshawn Davis. I don't think it's a date for that yet, but it's officially been mandated though. Scotty Barnes, right? Scott, I said Scotty boy, Scotty boy. It's officially been mandated. It's officially been mandated, but it ain't. I don't think he got a date yet, so they're still working out of everything, right? But yeah. So Conor McGregor has been out about 5 years. Not say 5 years, y'all. It's no exaggeration. It's been a good 5 years, if I'm not mistaken. I feel like it's been three, but I really want to think it's. I really think it's been five. Somebody fact check me on that, but I think Conor McGregor been out of the ring 5 years, right? So he's going to be dealing with some hell of a ring rust, right? Now, when we really get down to it, it's going to be at 170, right? You would think. I would think Conor McGregor is probably going to be the more powerful puncher, right? Max Holloway, you would say he isn't necessarily, a knockout guy. He's more of a volume puncher, but he do knock guys out, right? He knocked out Justin Gaethje, who's the current 155-pound champ, um, right? So he has knockout power as well. But we would have to edge, Conor McGregor, right? At the power. Also, this is a rematch, right? This is Conor McGregor versus Max Holloway 2, right? Conor McGregor won the first fight. Conor McGregor actually won the first fight using his wrestling against Max Holloway back in the day, right? You could tell visibly back then that Conor McGregor was much bigger than Max Holloway in the first fight that they fought. And I think that fight at this point, it maybe been about 10 years ago, y'all. Those that's race been about 10 years ago. Could have been like 8 years ago, but it was very early in that career. I feel like it was Max Holloway's like maybe third fight, something like that. I don't know. It was early though. Might not have been third, but it was early in that career, right? It was years ago, 8 to 10 years ago at this point, right? But you could tell that visually Conor McGregor was bigger then as well, right? So McGregor, I think naturally is going to be, maybe the bigger guy. I feel like Max is going to be taller though. Conor McGregor actually has a longer reach, right? So Conor McGregor is shorter, but he has a longer reach. Max is going to be taller. right? So he's going to be able to work those angles. I think, Conor McGregor being out those 5 years most definitely is going to play his part, especially with a guy like Max who's been fighting at the top level consistently and doing a pretty good job, right? Doing a great job actually fighting at the top level, holding his own, uh, right? And a guy like Max. So that's something that's going to be working against Conor McGregor. Another question, right? Has Conor McGregor been away from the game? He's been away from the game 5 years, right? Has he been away from the game 5 years, focused, locked in on the game, right? We know what Conor McGregor been doing, right? We've seen Conor McGregor, and I would have to say not all the way locked in on just the MMA game, right? So, you know, how much better has Conor McGregor gotten since he left? Or is he still just the same, exact Conor McGregor, which ain't bad? Or is he even the same as that Conor McGregor, right? So let's think about exactly what Conor McGregor is, right? He's an elite striker with elite power, with a right straight and a jab that'll knock you, to the moon, right? So elite jab, elite straight, elite power, elite striker. Struggles on the ground. He has above average wrestling, a little more wrestling than he gets credit for, but nowhere near elite in the wrestling. Does he have more wrestling than Max Holloway? Probably. Will he be able to take Max Holloway down if he wants to? I don't know. It's yet to be seen, but I would think that these guys are going to be standing up, striking right. So that's how I'm gonna look at the fight. Can Conor McGregor, wrestle for 2 to 3 rounds like he did in that first fight against Max Holloway? I would doubt that with him being out 5 years, right? So I'm thinking that this fight is going to be fought on the feet. That's how I'm looking at it, right? That's how I'm viewing the fight, right? So it's going to be mostly striking. Even if Conor McGregor does decide to do some takedowns, he's not going to be able to wrestle Max for multiple rounds and beat Max like that, right? So he's going to be striking. And I think if they're striking, Conor McGregor is dangerous, but I think Conor McGregor is more dangerous early than he is late. What that means is if this fight extends, the longer this fight extends, I think it's an advantage Max. Max is a volume puncher. Conor McGregor is more of the, one punch knock you out kind of guy. Uh, right? Who do I think is the better boxer? I think per boxer is Max. Striker overall, you probably would have to go Conor McGregor, right? You know what I mean? But is Conor McGregor a better striker than Max 5 years out of the game? I don't know. I actually would have to edge Max right now, not with power, but with the striking right now because I haven't seen Conor McGregor strike in so much longer. I mean, I haven't seen Conor McGregor strike much in such a long time, right? You know what I mean? Am I going to pick him to beat Max Holloway at this point coming off this long layoff? I don't think I am, y'all. You know what I mean? I'm going with Max Holloway, right? I think Conor McGregor is dangerous early though. If he can't put Max out early within that first round, I think Max wins this fight. And do I think he's going to stop Max, a guy who's only been stopped once in his career of 20, plus fights? Right? Do I think he's going to stop him? He could. If he does, it's going to be early. But I think Conor McGregor, right? He didn't have great cardio before he left, right? I think the more this fight extends, is advantage Max because of the cardio problems that Conor McGregor has. And Max Holloway isn't the guy that you want to have cardio problems against. I think more so Max stops Conor McGregor because Conor McGregor, I think he puts up a fight early, but as the fight goes on, I think he gasses, and then I think Max Holloway is able to stop Conor McGregor, right? So I do get Max Holloway. I do think Max Holloway knocks Conor McGregor out. I think he stops Conor McGregor. All right. I don't think this fight is going to go the distance either way, right? Either Conor is going to stop, you know, Max Holloway early, or Max is going to stop Conor as the fight extends. I think if we see Conor McGregor shooting any kind of takedowns in this fight, that means something went terribly wrong, right? So I think the biggest thing is going to be Conor McGregor's cardio. Wasn't great before he left, and I think that's what's going to come back and is going to bite him, right? Ring rust, the cardio. Max has been fighting at the elite level, while Conor has been, been away from the sport, thriving in the business aspect because he most definitely has been thriving in that business aspect, right? So I do think Max win. His money line is minus 230. Fighting not to go, this is minus 550. The fight to start the second round is minus 330. Max knockout is minus 110, and the under 2.5 is minus 130, right? So Max on the money line is probably, I think, the thing that I'm most comfortable with in this, right? That'll get you to minus 230. The under 2.5, right? I think is maybe, worth the try. It's at minus 130. Fight to start the second, you know what I mean? Parlayable, right? I think that's solid. All right. I think that's solid. But Max on the money line, I would say parlay it with one of these top five picks I'm about to give you, right? If you checked out my Bobby Green versus T Rex fight breakdown, then you already know. For my top five picks, I had to make you wait for the fifth one to get this one right. Max Holloway, is one of my top, five picks, right? So if you're on this EP, I like Max on the money line. Max Holloway is one of my top five picks. I also like Luke Riley on the money line, right? I like Yanez on the money line. Those are the two off the prelim. Of course, Max Holloway, as I just said. I like Bobby Green and T Rex, right? Terrence McKinney and Bobby Green. I like the under 1.5. What's good, Daniel Berry? I like the under 1.5 in that, right? That's minus 440. Right. And then my last fight in my top five, it was uh it was Lanier Kavanaugh and Brandon Roval, right? So we'll start from the main card, right? So we got Max Holloway, we got Lanier Kavanaugh, right? And then we got T Rex and Bobby Green under 1.5. We got Luke Riley, and then we got Adrian Yanez. All right. And that'll get you the plus money. So those are my top five favorite picks from this card. You know what I mean? Max Holloway and Kavanaugh. If you just want to take two, both of those will get you the plus money, right? You could mix and match them however you want. But those are my top five, right? I broke down the single fights, but I'm gonna give out, my top five picks, right? So if you see this video, then you got, all of my top five picks on the fight breakdown though, right? But Conor McGregor is making his return. You know what I mean? I think they got a perfect matchup with Max Holloway. These guys have a history. They don't like one another. So these press conferences, you know what I mean? You might want to tune into them, right? Max Holloway is coming out for loss, right? McGregor's coming out for layoff, right? Both these guys have something to prove, right? You know what I mean? Big fight weekend for MMA. Max Holloway is one of my all-time favorite fighters, right? Max Holloway, Chuck Liddell, John Jones, just to name a few, Forrest Griffin, right, Rampage Jackson, just to name a few, and whatnot, Style Bender, right, just, guys on the list and whatnot. And Max happens to be active, but I put him with the OGs because he's been around for, a long time, right? I added Joshua Van to their list too, man. Joshua Van's one of my newer favorite fighters, right? Like they got Joshua Van, he a bad motherfucker too. But probably got a fight with Manil Cap, if I'm not mistaken, coming up. I think that's gonna be banger. I don't think it's set, but it's just me, foreseeing the future. Those guys probably are on the collision course, right? But I digress, man. I got Max Holloway to be Conor McGregor. I got him to stop him. I think Conor McGregor is going to be a force earlier, right? But I think as the fight goes along, Max Holloway is going to begin to take over, and I kind of think Max finishes him probably in the second round, or maybe start of the third round or something like that, right? But I'm going to go with Max Holloway on the money line as the bet. I think that's probably what I'm most comfortable with. Decent odds right now, grade minus 230. Most definitely will have to parlay it with something, right? I gave out my top five picks on this. I didn't highlight my top five picks, but I told you, if you made it this far, in the EP, right? But that's all I got for y'all, man. Skin Holloway, Southern T. This ain't the past. This ain't the future. This the present. That's how we rocking. And I'm out. Look, Max Holloway for the win. Max Bless Holloway, the flying Hawaiian. Appreciate you sliding through.